EU shock, VDL screams in regret as Russia and China carry out a dark plan before the EU, UK and US ban. In the face of new tension, China and Russia have made a new plan to the surprise of the EU. In spite of the embargo on Russian energy supplies imposed by the United Kingdom, the United States, and the European Union, analysts warn that China is on the of building 3 gas pipelines to Russia. As Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping plan the building of 3 pipelines from Russia to China, they want to grow their gas trade enormously. Following Vladimir Putin's command to invade Ukraine, the rest of the world has severed all connections with Russia. Earlier, countries and trade blocs, including the European Union, the United Kingdom, the United States, Canada and Japan, responded to Russia's military campaign in Ukraine with sanctions aimed at causing difficulties for the economy. Russian economy. These measures mainly target Russia's banking system and trading system. However, it is important that the West does not ban Russian energy imports. Europe gets about 40% of its natural gas supply from Russia and has continued to depend on it since the war in Ukraine broke out on February 24. In a recent statement, the Energy and Industrial Strategy Committee, Mike Bradshaw, professor of global energy at the University of Warwick, said, "I'd just like to point out that Russia and China do have a gas pipeline, the Power of Siberia pipeline. In actual fact, back in early February when Putin was in Beijing for the Olympics, they signed a deal on another pipeline to come from Sakhalin Islands. They are now in discussions for a third pipeline, the so-called Power of Siberia 2. On the other hand, China is Russia's largest trading partner in terms of exports and imports, and it bought 1/3 of Russia's crude oil exports in 2020. On the other hand, China supplies Russian products such as phones, toys and clothes. On March 1, Shell Petroleum Company said it was withdrawing from joint ventures with Gazprom and related businesses. BP also said it was dumping 20% of its stake in state-backed Russian oil company Rosneft. Business Secretary Kwasi Kwarteng shared the announcement on Twitter, saying, "The UK will phase out the import of Russian oil and oil products by the end of 2022. This transition will give the market, businesses and supply chains more than enough time to replace Russian imports, which make up 8% of UK demand." Earlier, Germany also halted plans for the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, designed to transport gas between Russia and mainland Europe. However, German energy company E.ON said it had rejected calls to close the Nord Stream 1 pipeline, which pumps Russian natural gas to Europe. Bloomberg reports that if Russia and China reach a new supply agreement, Gazprom could build a connector between the westbound and eastbound pipeline systems. This allows gas to be diverted from fields currently supplying only Europe to China. When we are not dependent on gas, we should also stop buying Chinese products, take the time to produce what we want here.